In the beginning, I was only a pro player. It's something that I learned with my psychologist. Is that the word? I don't know how to pronounce. Psychologist, yeah. He said to me that I need to figure out who Brian was because in this whole time, I spent my whole life just to be like a pro. So I think in these last 2 years, I learned a lot with him, with all his tips that he gave to me. He said to me that you need to figure out who Brian is outside the game. What is his hobby? What do you like? It's something that helped me a lot to grow and to be more experienced, not only in the game but in also in the life. So right now I'm feeling too much better.
Hi everyone, Seja here. I'm here with Loud's pANcada on VCT Media Day, and first thing, just wanted to ask you, after kickoff, how's just your off season? What have you been up to? Any fun hobbies outside of Valorant that you've been doing before this season?
And actually, we took that time to practice a lot because we had like a bad tournament in kickoff. So we take that time to improve. And my new hobby, actually, I'm going to gym right now with the team. Everybody's going, so we are enjoying this. So it's pretty nice.
When did you just start the gym? Was that after kickoff or?
Yeah, after kickoff, we started. I guess only DJZine was doing it before. So right now, it's the whole team.
Nice. So are you doing like a split of upper body and lower body, or like what's your little routine for that?
I don't know how to explain that, but actually, let me see. The one day I do like chest and triceps. The another day is like my back and biceps, and after that legs and shoulder. So I don't know the in English the terms, but in Portuguese we call this ABC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's kind of similar to this term called like push pull legs, like PPL.
Perfect. Is that perfect?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because that seems to be a thing that a lot of people in the Valorant space have been doing. I spoke to Zach earlier today, and he talked about how he came in an interview and his legs were sore. Have you been really sore with just your arms and just legs, or like, did you work out before? Or is this your very first time kind of doing all this?
I did that before, but I was too young, so it was a long time ago. Not gonna lie. Now I'm with like now I am like 25. I did it when I was 18, so long time ago. So right now I'm feeling better doing this.
Are there any plans to do things outside of workout? Like, I know rock climbing is a really big thing here in LA, or maybe soccer, or like football.
One friend, he was talking to me about the rock climb, but I don't know. I'm looking for soccer or tennis. I really want to start tennis. I'm feeling that it's pretty nice. I want to try one time.
Pickleball as well. Has that come up in the hobbies?
Sorry,
Pickleball. It's kind of
I
like
don't know what is this.
it's like ping pong tennis.
Ping pong tennis. No, I never see that before. I don't know. So might be good. Might be good.
Yeah. I feel like you might enjoy that. Are you still doing any like the rapping stuff that we saw in 2023, or anything with music too?
Actually, I had some plans to make one more song just for fun with my friend, the same guy, like Jotaga, that made the first one. But right now, we are just starting, so we might need some time. I actually need to buy some stuff to start recording my own voice in my PC, so might take some time. But I think in some months, maybe I will have something new.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So, are you thinking of starting to get into the production of like the beats as well too, apart from just rapping?
And actually, no. I prefer to just sing some parts, but just for fun. I like the chorus part, and I let my friend do the rap. So I like the easy part, you know.
It seems like all of these things are a nice little detachment from just, the stress of being a pro player. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah. Uh, it's what I always say to my teammates is like you guys have to do something outside the game. So you guys will go crazy. We are far from family. We are far from our home, our friends. So we need to be that group and be together and do stuff together. Outside the game, not only playing, because it's too stressful. It can be, if you play too much, it can go in the wrong way. So you need to have like something to have fun.
I'm curious about that because that's kind of something that I've noticed with a lot of players not like that were from Brazil and Chile, all that. A lot of homesickness, especially during the season, just playing in Los Angeles. You talk about this aspect of having things outside of Valorant to just keep you in a good headspace. Was that something that you feel like you learned over time playing in VCT Americas, or when you came to Americas with Sentinels, that was something you had already instilled in your mind?
No, actually, I learned in the hard way. I had some problems before when I was on Sentinels. So I kind of become lost here. So I start to losing the feelings to play, to the losing the feelings. I didn't want to play anymore. I didn't want to go out of my bed, by the way. So I said more about this in my documentary that I had with Riot. There I explain a lot everything that happened. So, but it's basically that. So I had to learn the hard way. So now I try to take my experience and say to my friends so they don't need to pass the same thing that I went through.
Do you mind just me asking about that a bit more? Just because, was it the homesickness aspect? Was it just the stresses of having to adjust into primarily English speaking comms, and like what was that? What was that like for you? Because you went from world champion, but then playing from the comforts of home in Brazil to having to use kind of a new language, living in Los Angeles, like, and you were like 23, 22 at the time. So what's that like mentally?
After the champions, actually before the champions, my team was very stressful for everybody. So when we won, we kind of like, I don't know if we enjoyed the max of we could have. Like we were like, oh my god, we won, but what about now? We kind of become lost. So after that, I moved to here. I moved to Sentinels. In the beginning, it was great because it was a new challenge. So if I need something to move on, to stay focused in my game, so it was the best opportunity that I had. So but we had too many problems in the beginning. We started losing, so I wasn't playing my role anymore. So that became harder after everything. After all this, there was the problem that my family was so far from me, my friends, so I had nothing to do here. So that become bad after this. Yeah.
Are you still able to? Have you found a nice little balance to work with the time changes to be able to call your family as well, or is it kind of what you were talking about before? It's we're a team. We're in the States right now. We need to rely on each other, or else mentally it's going to be tough.
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Yeah. You kind of talked about the family aspect where you're away. Are you still able to find pockets to be able to call your family as well, or during the season you kind of really have to rely on your teammates, or even just like all day just having someone to talk to in Portuguese? It kind of reminds you of that.
Actually, I don't have too much that I can do, so I only prefer to call them, to spend some time with my friends here, the guys from the team. That is the way that I've figured it out to be easier. It's not perfect, but it's the best way possible.
It's really interesting because a lot of people would really look at 2022 as that year where you were like a really major superstar, world champion, and you're kind of on top of the world. But it seems like the person that I'm speaking to now has a more refined, or a better approach to being a pro player. Can you just talk about the growth mentally you've had um, throughout your time as a pro player and kind of how you treat the balance of being a pro player and also just a person now?
Yeah, in the beginning, I was only a pro player. It's something that I learned with my psychologist. Is that the word? I don't know how to pronounce. Psychologist, yeah. He said to me that I need to figure out who Brian was because in this whole time I spent my whole life just to be like a pro. So I think in these last 2 years I learned a lot with him, with all his tips that he gave to me. He said to me that you need to figure out who Brian is outside the game, what is his hobby, what do you like, you know? It's something that helped me a lot to grow and to be more experienced, not only in the game but in also in the life. So right now I'm feeling too much better.
I'm glad to hear that. Just final question then. Is there just a message that you wanted to say to the community now or just any of your family or friends, things like that?
I just want to say thank you to everybody. We have a lot of support. A lot of people love us. So just thank you. If you cheer for us in VCT, let's go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.